This is a powerful story that I heard it recently. Ever since I've heard the story, I just share it because I think it's so powerful. There was this farmer. He is in Africa, in Zimbabwe, and he had sheep. He took care of sheep. I guess you could call him a shepherd. And he was out one day with the sheep, and they were grazing. He was kind of out chilling, and he heard like a sound like a cat sound, and he went around and he went to investigate. And when he looked, he moved away some bushes, and he saw a little cat-looking creature, and immediately he knew what it was. It was a cub. It was a baby lion. See, he got real nervous because he's like, if there's a baby lion here, mama and papa somewhere around. So he hurried up and he ran to the highest point that he could get to because he understood that he was in danger. Anyways, several hours passed and he didn't see he didn't see anything happen. He didn't see no mama lion ain't come, no papa lion ain't come. And he's like, should I just leave? And he was thinking to himself, he's like, I can't if I leave this cub right there, it's probably not going to survive to the next day. If I go and try to help him, I'm really putting myself at risk. What do I do? So he hung out for a little longer, just kind of watching what was going on. And as night started to come and he started to get cold and he was starting to get wet, he said, you know what? I can't leave him. I can't leave him. I'm just take a chance and try to help him. And he hurried up. He moved the leaves, and at this point the little cub was wailing because it was wet and it was cold. And he lifted him up and put him in his bosom and wrapped him around and ran back to the farm. And all the sheep ran behind him. So on the farm, he kind of wrapped up the little lion cub in some towels and gave him some milk and what I mean he got it warm again and everything was good. And it kept him there for it. It took care of the little cub and fed him. And after about 6 months, he kind of grew into almost a nice little strapping lion. And he got familiar with the sheep, and the sheep they got familiar with him. So when the sheep used to go out and graze, the little lion used to go with the sheep. And he spent so much time around the sheep that he started to act like the sheep. He started to think like the sheep. He started to smell like the sheep. He thought he was a sheep. And then after a year, he was a big, strapping, nice, well look good, like good looking lion. But he spent his whole life around the sheep. That's all he knew. So the little lion became a bigger lion, but he thought it was a sheep. He acted like a sheep. He thought like a sheep. He thought he was a sheep. And one day they were out grazing. They're out in the fields grazing, and the sheep eating. The lion became a big lion who thought it was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought like a sheep. He was out there with the sheep, and then they heard this crazy sound that rocked the jungle. And all the birds flew away, all the animals run away, and all the sheep scattered. And they went back to the farm. They jumped over the fence and had the fence. Now the little lion who became a big lion who thought it was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought like a sheep, who thought it was a sheep, saw the sheep running. He's like, if the sheep running, I'm sheep. I gotta run too. So he ran. And when he jumped over the fence, he peeped through the cracks, and he saw this monster, this ugly beast, and he had never ever seen anything like that before. And he was nervous. He was shook. And the beast put his head down, and when his head came back up, he had a little lamb in his mouth. It was all bloody. And the beast made a sound again that shook the whole forest, as if he was to say, "This one is mine." And the little lion who became a big lion who thought it was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought like a sheep, he was scared. He said, what kind of terrible monster is that? Oh my goodness. So they didn't go out for a couple of days. They stayed in safety at the farm for a couple of days. They didn't go back out. Then about a week, 2 weeks later, when everything calmed down, They went back out again to graze, and they're having fun, and sheep playing around. The little lion who became a big lion thought was sheep. He hanging with the sheep friends, and they're having a great time. Then they hear the sound again. That shook the forest. All the birds flew away, and the sheep ran back to the farm, jumped over the fence, hid behind the fence. And the little lion became a big lion who thought it was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought like a sheep. He ran too, and he jumped and he hid again. And we looked, the beast again. And the beast had another lamb in his mouth, and he made the sound that rocked the forest. And the little lion who became a big lion said, "What a monster. What a terrible monster." And they didn't go out again for a couple of days. They stayed in the safety of the farm. A couple of weeks went by, and they went to the other side of the farm, and the little lion he went where the water was shallow, and he went to go get a drink. And as he went down to get a drink, he jumped back because he saw the beast. And he ran back to the farm, and he jumped over the fence, and he hid behind the fence. But none of his sheep friends didn't come with him. Didn't they see the beast? And he thought, well, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I was seeing things. So he went back out there, and he saw all the sheep. Everybody was cool. The sheep they were grazing, still chilling and having fun. Say, okay, maybe I made a mistake. So I maybe get something to drink. And he went back to the water at the point where the water was shallow. And as it was done to dip down to have a drink again, he jumped back. He saw the beast again, and he ran back to the farm, and he jumped behind the fence, and he hid behind the fence. And none of his sheep friends. Wasn't his sheep friends following him? He knew he saw the beast. Didn't they see what they just saw? And he said, well, I guess they didn't see. I guess they didn't see. They must not have seen what I saw. So he reluctantly went back out there. And everybody was all right. The sheep, they weren't scared. Everybody was having fun, grazing and doing a thing. She said, all right, but he was confused. Like, I know I saw the beast, but I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. So he went again. He went to go towards the water to get something to drink. Then suddenly he heard a sound that shook the forest. All the birds scattered, and all the animals ran away, and all the sheep friends jetted back to the farm, and they jumped over the fence, and they hid behind the fence. But the little lion who became a big lion, who thought he was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought he was a sheep, he looked up. He saw the beast. And he was too close. And he knew he didn't have time to run, because he would have caught him, and he's like, oh my goodness, he was going to be like the lamb. And he froze. He was shook. And the beast made the sound again that rocked the forest. And the little lion who became a big lion, who thought he was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought he was a sheep, he started to tremble. He's like, oh my God, I'm dead. It's over. And the beast got closer to him. And the beast was like 7 feet across from him. And he made a sound again. The little lion who became a big lion, who thought he was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought he was a sheep, he was shook. He said, oh my goodness, his whole life flashed in front of him. It's like it's over. He's going to eat me. And the beast made about 3 steps close to the lion. Now he's like 3 feet away. And he made a sound again. And the little lion, he could feel his breath. He could smell his breath. I said, oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. It's over. And then you realize that the beast was not attacking him. It was almost like the beast was saying, you make the sound. And the little lion, who became a big lion, who thought it was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought like a sheep, he said, oh, if I don't make the sound, he's going to kill me. So I just need to give it a shot. I need to make the sound. And he's like, he went deep down in his stomach, and he gave it everything he got, and he was like, bah! That's all he knew. And the beast came closer to the lion, the little lion that thought was a sheep. And like there was, I was neck to neck. And he made a sound again. And he shook the whole forest. He could feel the heat of his breath on him. And the little lion that gave a big lion who thought it was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought it was a sheep. Oh my God. He's gonna kill me. If I don't do this, he's gonna kill me. So he tried. He said, "All right, I can do it. I can do it." And again, he went deep down in his stomach. He went deeper this time in his stomach, and he gave it everything he got. And he was like, bah! And the beast got mad. The beast got upset, and the beast made the sound again that shook the fire. He's like, "Arr!" And the little lion who became a big lion, who thought it was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought it was a sheep, she got upset. He got mad. He got mad because the beast believed in him more than he believed in himself. And that anger, it got translated to passion. And the passion, it started to change his whole physiology. And he went deep down in his soul again, and he came up with a sound that he didn't even know that he could possess. And he was like, "Arr!" And the beast got excited. And the beast was like, "Arr!" And the little lion that thought was a sheep, like, "Arr!" And the beast was like, "Arr!" And the little lion was like, "Arr!" And for like 15 minutes, they were in the middle of the water, just growling at each other. It was almost like until the beast was like, "Yeah, you got it." And then the beast did something strange. He started to step back. He started to step back. And he started to get back towards the forest. And when he got to the end of the forest, he stopped. And he looked back as if to say, "Aren't you coming?" And the little lion who became a big lion, who thought he was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought like a sheep, he looked back at the farm and he saw his sheep friends. He saw safety. Look at the beast. He saw the jungle. He saw the forest. He looked back at the farm. He saw the farmer. He saw a shelter. He looked back at the beast. He saw uncertainty. He looked back at the farm and he knew that if he went back to the farm, he got guaranteed food. If he went back to the farm, he got guaranteed shelter. If he went back to the farm, he had guaranteed safety, he had security, he had domestication. He looked back at the beast. He saw the jungle. He saw survival based on what he did. He saw no guarantees. And he looked back at the farm one more time. He looked at the beast. He looked in the water. He saw the beast. He looked back at the beast. He looked in the water. He saw the beast. He looked back at the farm one more time. He looked at the beast. And he realized that he had just found himself. And he went in the jungle with the beast and disappeared. The farmer said that the next time he saw the little lion who became a big lion, who thought it was a sheep, who acted like a sheep, who thought it was a sheep, he had a lamb in his mouth. And there's so much things. There's so much things you can get from the story. One thing is you become who you run with. And this is something everybody should write down. A group of lions, a group of sheep led by a lion will always defeat a group of lions led by a sheep. See, the lion, the little lion, he was the king of the jungle, but he never knew it. His whole life, he never knew it because he spent his whole life around sheep. It wasn't until he met the beast that he discovered himself. See, ladies and gentlemen, successful people, they choose their friends based on their destiny. So I just want to say kudos to everybody that's here in Top Earners Academy because you chose some incredible friends. The story also tells you that if you are to be successful in life, if you're supposed to reach your full potential, you have to leave security behind. You have to take risks. You have to own your destiny. It's on you. And you guys might be wondering, so why did Melanie Levitz invite Duey Saxton to come on this call and talk to you guys about leadership? And you know why she got me on the call? Because I am the beast.